Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148. Call Ceiling Experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Okay, my friends, those of you who are now getting ready to set up to ensure that you are looking at this really and truly momentous program, Hardfacts. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of our loyal supporters. Also, our new viewers, those persons who are browsing via the internet, and you are coming across this station, Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I would like to welcome you on board our program, Hardfacts, which is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, starting time 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So again, my friends, this program is really and truly geared and designed in such a manner to really and truly bring, some sort of redress to the problems that we are plagued with on a daily basis. When you look at our country, when you look at what is taking place right in front of our noses, right in front of our eyes, my friends, you are going to realize that somebody somewhere needs assistance. And we are here on this program identifying the anomalies and the challenges that you, the hardworking citizens of this country, have to take on, sometimes by your own self, by your own will. And as I said before many times in our program, we are here. We are here to champion your cause. And if you have a problem, you have a situation that you want or you would like us to highlight, all you need to do is dial 740-3347. That's the number that you can reach us in studio. And myself, Imam Rashid Karim, and my co-host, Mr. Premchand Baldev, we are here at your beck and call, trying to make sure and ensure that you, the loyal citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, are well represented. Okay, welcome, Prem.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Imam. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, and a pleasant Saturday good afternoon to our viewers on TikTok, on YouTube,
Facebook,
on Facebook, yes,
and
Fire
Stick
that are looking at us. We say a very cordial welcome to you to this afternoon's program, Hardfacts, viewed on Sentinel Media Live. We have a lot of information to share with you today. Drastic information that is life-threatening, information that is threatening our everyday living, Imam.
Exactly.
Our peace of mind every day. Okay? So, I have a lot on my list here, and I see Imam has even twice as much as I have. So, Imam, you can take over.
Okay, so my friends, again, as I've said before on many, many occasions, this is a festive time for the Hindu community. And I tell you something, you have to understand, I have to understand this, that we are living in a multi-religious, multicultural society. And it is you and I, really and truly, that can make the difference, right? We can make a difference. Because I tell you something, a lot of us today, we always feel that we are right, okay? Sometimes you need to put your thoughts, your mental faculties in a different angle and look at the angle of the other side of the fence and look at what they are seeing and what you are doing really and truly. So I want to just say to the Hindu community at this present time, one sister came to me, and I want to begin the program with this, because you and I know Diwali is just about a couple days, 1 week, right? And the sister came to me this morning and she said, Imam, I want you to call the mayor of Shogunas and I want you to call the councils of the area and let them know that there are plenty garbage in front of the homes of many, many residents. Simply because it is something that it is ritually done, Prem.
Cleaning of homes.
Yes, and you're going to realize that this is something that has been done in the past, it is going to be done in the future, and it is being done at this present time. You don't take a rocket scientist to really and truly identify the needs of your burgesses. When it comes to Eid, when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to Diwali,
there would be cleaning.
Yes, people do those things. And when the sister came to me, I really and truly was very much elated and joyful, because I tell you something, they are seeing the need for us on this program. People are seeing the need, and we are making a clarion call to Mayor Faik. Please ensure that your trucks are chartered for this week. And at the other councils, whether it be PNM councils, whether it be UNC councils, please ensure that your truck facilitate the Hindu community, especially now when they are doing a lot of cleaning, they are doing a lot of tidying up, and that is because of their religious observances, right? So again, hats off to Mayor Faik. We wish that you could really and truly listen to us sometimes. And do not ignore us, because we have been lamenting, we have been asking you over and over and over for 4 areas in the central arena, which you have the power to change the lives and the hardship of all these people. The cremation site, the road that takes you to the cremation site, the road that takes you to the Felicity Masjid, and the Chinmaya preschool, and the funeral services, and Kenny's tire shop. It is in a dilapidated condition. We are begging with you, Mayor Faik, the Taxi Drivers Association of Felicity. They said that they voted for you. They voted for you, and you made a lot of promises that you are going to repair the Kakandi Road and the Petersfield Road. There's a lot of holes. A taxi man came to me this morning, and I told him, I said, friend, all you need to do is call the station, identify the challenges and the problems that you have faced, and I'm sure that somebody is going to listen.
Imam, the reason why people are coming to you personally is because of Sentinel Media Broadcasting.
Exactly,
yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So that you would, when they will give you the information, they're pleased, and you will highlight it in this program. And that is what we have been doing, right? Now, Imam, as our country, Trinidad and Tobago, and the rest of the world is preparing at a very, very rapid pace for the Diwali celebrations to be held next Sunday, all right? In our country, our Hindu brothers and sisters, and I'm a member of the Hindu faith, they are making a lot of preparations, Imam, right? They are preparing their homes, they are preparing themselves spiritually by fasting and whatnot. They are in the process of decorating the streets and the bazaars and the playfields for this grand occasion called Diwali, where, diyas will be lit on Diwali night, Lakshmi Puja will be performed, thereby inviting the goddess of the night, Lakshmi Ma, to bless us with all wealth and happiness, material wealth, money, finance, and whatever have you, okay? But on the other hand, while all this is taking place with the anticipation of having a grand Diwali night, all right, Jews are very, very scared, Imam.
Okay, we have a caller. Let's see the call. Okay. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the program Hardfacts. You are live.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good day.
Good day.
Good day.
I'm calling from Felicity. The garbage truck is not coming and taking up anything. People put out things by the roadside, and it's remaining right here. Now it's Diwali time.
Okay. All right. Sister, a short while ago, I believe you just came into the program, and a short while ago I identified that because another sister came to me this morning, and she was saying the very said thing. So thank you very much. And again, keep the number 740-3347. any problems that you have that you would like to air, you would like to highlight, not only negativities, there are positive things that you as an individual and many citizens of this country, you can identify, some of the achievements of the citizens of this country, not only pipers and rapists and murderers and gunmen. And we don't really want to see all those things. We got to tell us something. We had enough of those things. That's the reason why I am here sitting with Premchand Baldev. Premchand is a, I would say, use the word stunt Hindu. I am a stunt Muslim, if you want to call it that. And I tell us something. I am not going to fight Premchand, and Premchand is not going to fight me, simply because we understand that God Almighty is one. We understand the fact that you worship what you want to worship, and I will worship what I want to worship.
All roads lead to
yes, and the bottom line is, on the day of requital, on the day of judgment, you're going to see what your hand have sent forward for you. So that's the reason why, and something, today when people, when people feel that, I am better than him and he's better than me, and them is worshipping idols, and this one is doing that, and this one is doing money. Hey, listen, I tell you something, God not stupid, please. All try to identify this. We try to take judgment in our own hands, and we try to look better than the others. But really and truly, we are in the same kettle. We are in the same heat. Unless you and I identify and we try to get our act together and try to understand. We don't want Trinidad and Tobago to be like Israel and in Palestine. We don't want that. Because in the long and short, our sons and our daughters, our babies, our grandparents, and the elderly in our community are going to suffer. And which God that we worship wants that? Exactly. So we're not going on that road. We're not going on that road. We're not going on that road. We have tremendous different things that we can discuss on our program. For example, Prem, when we look at CARICOM, we look at Jamaica, our neighbor Jamaica. They have suspended exchange rate when it comes to the TT dollars, and even trading with Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to exchanging our monies. We have a clip on that? Yeah. Jamaica suspend TT dollars exchange. Now, that is a serious implication. Jamaica have done that, and they have done their research, and they found out that something is fishy. Something is not adding up. And when they do that, my friends, you know what? Other CARICOM islands are going to really and truly investigate. And if that is the case, that will be happening continuously. And what is going to happen to our monies? What is going to happen to our currency? And our government, that is on the broad pages of the newspapers, right? Headline, front page. Have you heard our Prime Minister or the Finance Minister made some sort of proclamation identifying what was the reason for that? Because there has to be a reason. Jamaica Prime Minister would not just come in and say, we don't like Trinidadians, and we're not going to do exchange your monies in our country anymore. Madness. So my friends, those of you who are locked on, feel free to call us, 740-3347. Any and everything you want to discuss, we are here to listen. We are here to moderate for you, and we are here to identify the challenges that you, the honest citizens, the hard-working citizens of this country, are plagued with on a daily basis. Prim?
Yeah. As I was saying, Imam, right? Our Hindu brothers and sisters, they are really making grand preparations for Diwali coming next week Sunday. All right? And they are their movements are sort of curtailed in going to the temples and going to functions in the different lighting up areas and whatnot. All because of the bandit situation, so to speak, in this country. People are very scared to leave their homes and to venture out into religious functions to take part. All right, and we here in Sentinel Media Broadcasting, we are calling on the Shogunist Police for our area, that is, to step up on your patrol, especially around places of worship and where festivities and grand Diwali celebrations are taking place. Because there are headhunters out there waiting to pounce on innocent victims on your regular home.
And not only to Central Arena, we're talking about the TTPS. We are calling on the TTPS to identify and make some sort of a subtle proclamation, ensuring the citizens of this country that intermittently more regular patrols will be allocated for, as we mentioned, different areas.
A simple police presence in the nighttime, the vehicle with the revolving lights and whatnot, it sends a very strong message. And
I'll tell you something. There, in our communities in Central Trinidad, namely Felicity, and maybe a part of Pierre Road, because other areas, they want to benefit from the service that is offered by, members of the community who have embarked on a police patrol, and when I say police patrol, they have been patrolling the area and in coordination with the police, right? And they are out on the streets. Like, for example, this morning, I received from the officers that an incident occurred where they found a child, and I don't want to mention that because, again, just to highlight it, it was mentioned to me that a 2-year-old child, right, was on the roadside, unattended, 2 years old. Maybe the child opened the door and walked out, and maybe the parents were asleep or something like that. But the point that I'm making is kudos and hats off to the patrols, right, the community patrol that is established in the Felicity Pier Road environment, and that is continuously moving on. And they are asking again that those persons who would like to really and truly volunteer sometime, either during the morning period, when I say morning period, that would have been from 1 o'clock in the morning to 5, or from maybe 7 in the afternoon in the night time until 1 o'clock, 7 to 1, 1 to 4. And this is why,
That's to have a vigil.
Vigil. And that has been continuously going on. And as I said, hats off to all those community patrol officers that has embarked on this program. You have our full support on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. So those of you who have embarked on anything and you see anything suspicious, you can call us and we will be able to identify, even so much so number plates and all these things we are willing to identify for you in our communities. And we ask other communities to follow suit, because I tell you something, for this period of time, the criminal elements is at bay, right? So that's another important thing that we would like to discuss. Now, Prem, after you take up your issue there, I want to bring up a really, really serious issue when it comes to the TTPS, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, when they are always finding, they're finding ammunitions and arms, but they are not holding anybody. That is something that I want to talk about, and I want to ask people in our community to call us and really tell us what is the scenario behind that. What is the scenario? You just go in like a potong, you just go in and smell in the grass, and you
grab a piece of bone and come out.
And you get in a cashier weapon, and you are not doing any investigation, and you are not holding anybody responsible. Yeah? You are not holding people. Something is not adding up. This is the third bus. This is the third bus that occurred within the period of just about 4 to 5 weeks, and we are seeing no culprits, no miscreants, nobody is being held, but yet still the police, and hats off to that too, because we are not bashing any police, but we are saying something is not really and truly adding up. Why it is that you all are finding so much cocaine, so much marijuana, so much drugs, so much guns, so much ammunitions, and nobody's been arrested? What is going on?
And you know something, Imam? I have that here as my number one topic of discussion.
Okay.
The sentiment that you just echoed, the country at large, my friends, is echoing the same sentiments. Why isn't arrests being made? All right? So let me do it after the break, Imam.
Yes, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we ask you, our loyal listeners and those persons who are watching our show, share this video. Very, very important. We want the world to know what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, whether it be good, bad, or the ugly. Good, bad, or the ugly. We want people to know what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. And they would decide whether, hey, we want to go there for vacation, or we want to migrate to Trinidad, or we want to come back here. We are information pack station, Sentinel Media Broadcasting. We're going to take a short break, a word from our sponsors, and when we return, we ask you to join our conversation here today on Hard Facts.
and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148.
So welcome back, friends, to our program Hardfacts, viewed on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. With me in studio is Imam Rashid Karim, my very good friend. Imam Rashid Karim is the CEO of this station, a very, very astute businessman, minister of religion, someone whom I have a lot of respect for, and the public at large respect him. So Imam, we were speaking on the point of the gun box or the cache of weapons that was found by the police on two occasions. You said, I am aware of two. However, now I think it's trying to become police service, more so the Commissioner of Police and Senior Superintendent Roger Alexander has a lot of questions to answer and a lot of explaining to do.
Correct.
Okay? Now, I'm going to cut my side of the story short. At the time, during this Christmas and Carnival time, when all police officers' leave are suspended, right? Because of the Carnival season, the Christmas season, and then the Carnival season to follow. And because it is, you know, history has shown it that around this time in our country, there is an upsurge in crime, in robbery, in kidnappings, and whatever have you. Now, at this time when all leave had been suspended, the Commissioner of Police saw it fit to send Senior Superintendent Roger Alexander on leave in a time when all leave had been suspended, right? Something, again, you use the word fishy.
Adverse.
Something is not adding up here.
Yeah.
Mr. Alexander is a very, very senior member of Trinidad Police Force. And he is one of the key players in the findings or the drug or the gun bust.
Yeah.
All right? So, Imam, you want to add to that?
Yeah.
Because something 2 and 2 is not making 4 here.
No. So again, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, it's very, very imperative. It is very, very important now that we sit down and we dissect. At this point in time, the murder rate in the country is approximately 489 last statistics, and that is beside people who are missing, people who have been killed, and bodies have not been found, or people who have been kidnapped and maybe murdered. Those are not legal statistics yet, right? Unless some skeleton is found or some bones are found, then it will be reclassified and maybe it will just be bones for the time being, unless they can identify the person or what is the element of that surprise, whether it be male, female, whatever gender, whatever name, or anything that could identify a deceased, and then it's going to be structured or it could be added to the context. Now let me just tell you all something. Today is the 3rd, right, Prem?
Yes.
4th. Today is the 4th. Yeah. So we're talking about 26 and 31. We're talking about 59. We're talking about 59, 58 days again. And when you look at 490, right, 490 murders. And if you add 1 murder per day, which is very, very discreet, 1 murder per day, we are adding up, we're going to reach to about 530. Then there's something called the peak period. That is Old Year's night, right? That is Christmas Eve night. That is during the week before Christmas, when bandits try to rob you, and you know, they end up in shootout with police, and they end up in shootout with other gang members and so forth. My friends,
so we could have 8 and 12 in one day.
we talking about a logistic point of view, we're talking about maybe 550 to 560 murders for 2023. And if that is a welcome, welcome information to many of you, I am telling you, it is not. It is not. Because as one human being die, it is as though you have killed the whole of mankind. And that is something that really and truly we have to bring to the forefront of our minds. And that is the reason why every single, period or any time I get to really and truly identify some of the challenges, I mentioned this, that the religious bodies in this country, they are not harnessed. When you look at the Hindu community, right? Whether you classify for what reason or the other, I don't know, that your God is better, or his God is better, or my God is better, and we kill one another, we fight one another, just like what is taking place, right? We feel that, we are the chosen ones, and we feel that, we are better than the others, and we try to humiliate, and we try to destroy, and we try to kill and maim and murder. My friends, let me tell you all something. I always say this, God not stupid. God have been giving you, individuals, food. Right? There are people who are not worshiping God. They are atheists. But yet still, God is merciful. They are eating from the treasury of God Almighty. They don't believe in God. But yet still, they are benefiting, and they may be eating better than you and I. And you and I, we go to the mosque, we go to the temple, we go to the churches. And you know something? Sometimes we go there, right, really and truly to pacify our own hearts. Because in reality, anytime you could look down on another human being and you could feel that you are better than him, my friends, you need to check your feet. Because something is not adding up. Because somewhere down the line, you don't believe in the oneness of God Almighty. You don't believe in that superior being. And that's the reason why today on our program, Hardfacts, I am calculating the murder rate in our country. It is really and truly alarming. And things has to be done. I always mention this, Prem. We need to harness the religious bodies in this country. Give them some sort of agenda. Give them some sort of communique. The police can do that. Meet with the Islamic community. Meet with the Christian community. Meet with the Buddhist or whatever, or the Hindu community. Meet with the leaders of these communities, and embark on a journey hand in hand together to build Trinidad and Tobago.
But Imam, we have an IRO, an inter-religious organization body. And within the IRO, there seems to be conflict, there seems to be bickering, there seems to be misunderstanding. All right?
Okay.
So what we are saying, it may not happen.
No, what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is this, that the governmental agencies, for example, the protective services, they get the largest chunk of the budget, right? Implement some program because they do it. They do it for some specific communities. They set up basketball programs, they set up sporting programs, they set up all sorts of different programs when it comes to Christmas. I have never seen the TTPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, ever hosted a Eid function in reality. I've never seen that. One of the most watered down functions that is ever held in our country, Trinidad and Tobago, is when it comes to the Islamic community. They don't understand when is Eid. They don't understand when is Eid. For example,
Imam, why is that so?
Is
it because the leaders in the Islamic community are not projecting what they want? Is it that?
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say now at this point in time. They're not vociferous enough to identify and to ask or make demands on the government of Trinidad and Tobago that we need to get this done. You have to do this first, because the monies that is allocated for the budget, it is coming from the Muslim community, it is coming from the Hindu community. Residents of Trinidad and Tobago, they comprise different religious persuasions. And they are not getting that. When you as an individual embark, you want help from the government. People go to the mosque. People go to the temple. People go to the churches. Identify with the leaders of these places so that they can be able to propagate, talk about crime, talk about, the best symposium to have on crime is to have it in these places of worship. Identify eloquent personnel from the Hindu community, the Muslim community, Christian fraternity, and put some sort of agenda, call them to some seminar, put them together and say, look, we want you all to try to instill this in your following, and we are going to assist you with these programs. That is what we have to do, and that is not happening.
Imam, in my days, you know, in my early life and in my teens, so to speak, late teens, 18, 19, 20 and whatnot, right? When I did my advanced level, right, I did not want to go to school again. I was fed up with school. And I wanted to start to work and earn some dollars.
Yeah.
Right? And the principal of Presidential College Chaguanas, Brother Leonard, he asked me, said, Bali, what you want to do? I say, brother, I don't want to go to school again. I want to work now. The principal had the power to give you a letter to go to Wassa to get a job.
Yeah.
And that is what he did. He handed me a letter and said, go to St. Joseph Wassa tomorrow morning. That is Friday morning, and asked to speak to the HR manager, and I handed the lady the letter. I did an interview same day, and I was employed the same day. Where has that disappeared? There were agencies in times gone by, in years gone by, where they should assist people in finding jobs.
Yeah.
Right? All that has gone, you know.
You see, I'll tell you something. Things that is working, things that is workable, those are the things that people shoot down and they get rid of. And they prefer to take things that is not going to work, put the country to expenditures, make sure that the funds is dilapidated. And that's it. That's the law of the land. That's the law of the world today. If something is working, let me tell you something. Let me give you an example. There's a truck called a Nissan CK20 truck. A Nissan CK20 truck. That truck would have lasted people 50 years. Up to now, that truck was assembled. That truck was assembled over 40 years ago. And at this point in time, there are still CK20 trucks running on the road. You know why they stopped assembling that truck, Prem? It lasted too long. Similarly with the Gould's water pump. You know the Gould's water pump? A Gould's water pump would have lasted 35, 40 years. They're not doing that again. They're making the Gould's water pump, but they're making it either inferior or what. It is not lasting the duration that the other pumps were lasting. So the point that I'm making here today, when something is workable, many times people shoot it off the track. And you know something? They select something that is not workable.
You know, Imam, I recall, you know, maybe 15, 20 years ago, police stations have Diwali celebrations. You know, big light in the police, men and women singing, they bhajan and whatnot, and you don't see that again.
No, Prem, no, Prem. That is one of the reasons.
With the citizens have
disappeared. And then you expect as a commissioner of police, you expect the citizenry to come welcoming to you, open arms to you, and really and truly take your dictates. That is not going to happen. We had to reinvent the wheel in Trinidad and Tobago to suit. Whether it be a square wheel you have to put that could roll, use that. But once it is functional, but that is not happening. What we are seeing, my friends, those of you who are locked on, we are asking you, right? I want to say a special hats off to Sumintra, Zora Khan, Devi, Ansar, Christy Urbani. All these guys are locked on and listening. Elsa, Moses, Shirley, Stanford. All these people are listening. Please, the number there is 740-3347. Maybe what we are saying here, maybe it is not really and truly reaching the akal. We are not reaching the point that we wanted to reach. Sometimes when you, the individuals who have been listening to us, give us a call and tell John Public outside there how things are with you. What has happened to you? We are talking about the Diwali Nagar, right? Year in, year out. Prem, and you can be able, you live just around that corner there. Year in, year out. You have to leave. If you are coming from San Fernando to go to that Diwali Nagar, you have to leave 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? And if you have to exit, the same thing. You telling me that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service cannot devise, they cannot devise a traffic plan, especially for this Diwali. And I'll tell you something, the Diwali Nagar is not a Hindu festival again.
No.
When you go across there, it is a national event, and I'm not going to side with anybody. That's the truth. When you go across there, people of all faith enter there. They go for different reasons. Some people go to eat the pepper roti. Some people go to eat the doubles. Some to go to shop. And all these things. So again, it is a cultural event now. And it is a national event. Right? Similarly, when we had our Eid festival, it would have been national. But again, when you come to the leadership, sometimes everybody, leadership, there's always some device. Everybody they want to sit on the throne. Everybody, and they don't care if a man could do it better than them. They don't have that viscerousness within them to understand that, hey, Prem could do a better job than me. Let me give Prem it. No, let me do.
Small-minded people
Once they could be outshined, by an individual, you're never going to get that opportunity.
So in politics.
In politics.
You have an opportunity,
Yeah. No, I was a victim of that.
Yeah.
I mean not to lie. I was a victim of that. I could speak. I have a voice. I could stand up. And you mentioned earlier, it is because of Sentinel. No, Prem, I beg to differ. Before we had this station, right? I was an activist. I was a strong activist. And before I entered the politics, identifying with the UNC, I was a strong advocate and a person of patriotism. When it comes to national issues, I would have spoken about the airport, I would have spoken about the hospital, I would talk about the prison.
You recall one time you wanted to pull me into and say, "Ma'am, give me a chance."
Yes,
Yeah?
and watch me. And thinking back today, I realized that you made the better choice because I give my life to the political arena of Trinidad and Tobago. When it comes to the United National Congress, and I tell us something, the same old. And who say, I remember this, I did a show on CNC3, a morning edition, right? And one man called and said the imam didn't get picked. He didn't get picked, so he's a sour grapes. Sour grapes my foot. It's easy for you all to back behind the screen. It's easy for you all to back behind a fake Facebook profile and talk what you want to talk, but you cannot come here and stand up or sit in front of the cameras and let John public know what is your thoughts. For example, myself, Prem, and I, and director and about 4 other fellows went, and we went to that solidarity walk, right, at the Queen's Park Savannah. And when I look around, don't get tired with me, don't get tired with Imam Rashid Karim. I know who is TML, I know who is TIA, I know who is Darul Uloom, I know who is Ahmadiyya, I know who is Ashja, I know all these organizations because God Almighty, I know who is the Jamaat al-Muslimin. I know all these people because sometime in my Islamic career, sometime in my upbringing of Islam, I touched all these people's lives. And I was part of their system. And I understood their system. And that's the reason I have never criticized any one of them because every single one of those people have good intention, with the exception of those called leaders of those organizations who feel that if they go and they do not get to mount the pulpit, and they don't get the opportunity to say something. I went there. I didn't go and say, Brother Ali or Brother Khan, I want to talk. You know what I did? I did my job. Because I know there are many citizens of this country, of the Islamic faith and other faiths. They are handicapped. They can't move. They can't walk. They are lying on a bed. So I took my camera and I went there and I do a live. And I tell us something, in one of the live I see, the director could correct me if I'm wrong, there's about 15 or 20,000 views. Now, I didn't go for the views. I go there so that people could watch and see what is going on and they could check their own selves. So where were you?
Bring the march into that.
And not alone, where were you? Because you are feeling saddened of what is taking place in Israel. But you are not lifting, we are not asking you to take a gun. We are not asking you to take a machine gun or some rocket and launch it at Israel. We are not saying that. What we are saying to you is that you come out and you show, let your voices be heard. And not only for that issue, let our voices be heard for all the relevant issues that is affecting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. For example, when it comes to public utilities, when it comes to service via the internet services, when it comes to WASA, when it comes to national security, come out and be vociferous and identify Prem. You understand? I'm wrong or right? Tell me if I'm wrong or right.
You are right, and Imam, I just want to touch on something here again.
Tell me.
The Commissioner of Police needs to give this country an explanation on why at this time, when all leave was suspended, Superintendent Roger Alexander was sent on leave. Yes.
I'll tell you something. You see, I had to do a forensic on that, Prem, and I want you to tell me something. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Now, a person willingly going for leave, willingly.
You cannot be willingly going for leave when leave has been suspended.
No, that's what I'm going to tell you. So here it is. That is the point I'm bringing. That there's some sort of adverse reaction that is taking place intermittently with the service, the TTPS, at this point in time, when you know for a fact that all hands is on deck, right? And all hands supposed to be there. Whether he is ill, is he ill? First question. Is he ill? Right? That's number one. And if no, then something else we have to check. Then is he incompetent? Right? That's another question. Senior Superintendent Alexander incompetent to be in that position.
But Imam, if you read some of the comments that was made on Facebook and TikTok,
Yeah.
I'll just mention one. Viewers are saying that when you're on leave, you're not supposed to speak to the media because you're not on active duty, right? And for the last 2 or 3 drug busts that he spearheaded, he needs to give an explanation. They are afraid that his tongue slipped and he speaks the truth.
Okay. So all these that is happening, all these actions that we are talking about.
Again, it is speculation.
Yes, these are things that we are saying we are happy. Yes, guns off the streets, guns off the streets, drugs off the streets, drugs off the street. We are happy. We are happy with the police service at this point in time. Yes, we are happy, but we asking you to do a little bit better in the sense that you are getting these guns. These guns didn't go there by guess.
Somebody had to put them there.
These guns didn't go there by guess, and these guns are not going to be removed by guess. No army to remove the guns. So all you have to do, if you really want to make a thorough bust, you have to be able to put people. There are people in other countries when they are manning a drug box, right? They pretend to be vagrants, right?
Correct, yeah.
They disguise themselves as tenants in a building, and they would monitor who going in, who going out for months, and then they would go for the cachet.
That has not been done.
Hey.
That is why so many questions have been left unanswered, and people are seeking answers.
So my friends, those of you who are locked on, I know so many of you, this is a kind of topic that you all don't want to really indulge yourself in. But again, we are just speculating, right? We are just bringing to the forefront that Superintendent Alexander has been sent on leave, right? On vacation leave?
Yes, leave. They said
Right.
he has about 700 something days leave.
All right. So again, that's a matter for the TDPS. But we are just asking questions simply because I am sure that there are many police officers who have accumulated this number of leaves, and yes,
would like to
and they would like to proceed. I remember one person asked for leave, and they didn't get it, right? And I think that person committed suicide. If my mind isn't as old as I look. All right, so my friends, those of you who are locked on, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, so far we have been doing a program. We went international, we went Israel, we went here, we went Jamaica. We're coming back to Trinidad, and namely, we are coming back to Central. We are coming back to Central Trinidad because I tell us something, we have to put some heat under the feet of these councillors, especially the mayor of Shogunas, when it comes to helping and assisting and motivating and doing things that is proactive in the true sense of the word for the betterment of this community in Central Trinidad. A word from our sponsors.
Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148.
So welcome back, friends, to our program Hardfacts, viewed on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. It is Saturday, and Iman, it is a very beautiful Saturday.
Correct, is right.
Nice
Calm.
weather, cool weather, cool temperatures, and I guess the minds of people are somewhat cool too. Okay? Now, on Friday, there was a lot of people, thousands in their numbers, marching in the streets of Port-au-Prince, right? Under the banner of the National Trade Union Movement, right? And they was there. Now remember, they were promised by the Minister of Finance a back pay for Christmas.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister came afterwards and said, hey, we're not paying that for Christmas. We're paying that for the first week in April, somewhere, or in the March, right? The trade unions came out and they are saying no to the 4% dog feed offer. All right?
Yeah.
So people are beginning to stand up for their rights, man. Right? And these people, I mean, when you look at the cost of living in this country, man, all right? When you look at property tax coming up, when you look at 10% or 15% raise in electricity bill, when we look at the I don't want to go there, the importation bill, the yearly importation bill and whatnot, people are barely making it. Their monthly salary is going 2 weeks, imam. And 2 weeks to scrunt and to beg afterwards and go to the money lender and come by you and take goods trust. And are unable to pay.
Prima, tell us something. Tell us something.
It's not too late for people to...
And you collect yourself. You can't. Understand their but it's when come right, and they had their core, the spicy core, and feel that they can make their find, if you find 1,500 people coming out there, it's plenty. People have been descended. They have no choice. So long, 8 years, 5 years PNM was in government already. What kept you down? What seduced you in the past 5 years?
The other way around.
Yeah.
UNC was an
They would have been dragged on the king of Kamla.
Yes.
They would. For this country, and I never demand nothing from anybody. I got a CPEP contract. Right? I got a CPEP contract, and I would never forget it as long as I'm living on this face of this earth. My CPAP contract was broadcast every single week on a certain media house, right? That I get a CPAP contract. I get a CPAP contract. Like, you know, that's the world. Like, I get paradise. Went into power. When PNM went into power, my name was the first to get cut. Right? I was the first person to get cut from that CPAP teams. Right? And it clearly indicated that something was not right. Because how come a man like myself who working hard, and I used to use the CPAP team correctly, yeah? But I'll tell you something, and you know the hard part about it? At this present time, CPAP is owing me.
Still?
Yes, CPAP is owing me my money is, and nobody's saying that, and nobody, hey, you might get cut by the payoff. No, the contractor in the same boat like myself, that the government of the day owing, and we have no redress. I remember one individual, he went and he took his bailiff and so forth, and he took the chairs and the desk and all the the equipments and so forth to recover some of the monies that CPAP owed them. CPAP owing me not to lie. CPAP owing me. The thing about it is people outside there all is a kind of two-tongue thing. But once they cannot get that, you are their arch enemy. That hasn't happened to you? When they come laughing and giggling and hugging you up and touching your toe. Baba.
And telling you what, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
In the name of God,
yes.
Hypocrites.
Hey, hypocrites.
But Imam, just to touch back with this Union March on Friday, right? It has already been stated by the Prime Minister, words emanating from his lips, that we're not going to pay this money this back before Christmas.
And what they could do? What are they going to do?
So your march for your 4% or you demanding more is in vain.
Exactly. It could change. I'll tell you something. It could change. All these things could change. But you know what? Remember, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, it is by the people. The government is by the people, for the people. And for the people. But people are not understanding the power that they have. That's the reason why I've been lamenting and I've been calling on the MPs. And I'm going back to the MPs again. That is the members of parliament on the opposition bench. You all have approximately, if you look at all the seat that has been won by the opposition, you're going to realize that it's beyond 20,000 voters in that constituency. 23,000, 25,000, 27,000. Nothing is under that. And if you of that 10% people, and you have 19 constituency, you go down in Port of Spain with this crowd of people, they have to have to start with people citizens of this country.
Imam, let me ask you. Done.
That something. I'll tell you something. When you him, political entity that so I was you out of context. You say General Secretary, you just Alexander, we have to make sure that the whole system of that, and that is to do with the political entity, because my freedom have been taken away from me because I have to be muzzled. I can't say what I have to say, and that is full. We have to say yes when you're getting penus, when you're getting milk.
Doctors,
they can't talk, they can't say anything.
They are big people in this country. They should be non-subservient. They should be independent thinkers and independent speakers.
Once that happens.
Alright? They hit the streets of politics. And you deal with that there.
And once you could bring up the leaders, you could bring up more people than Prime Minister. Because I remember this, right? I remember Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher. You know, normally when you do a motorcade, right, you would have about 15, 20 vehicles, 50 vehicles, and you would have people and you would have music and all these things. He did his rally and he did his patrol. And he himself and I, in other words. And people were saying, they laughed and saying, he ain't had nobody with him and nobody. He tell you flat, he say, I have 29,000 people in my constituency and I know not one of them and they vote for me.
Yeah.
So if he have that, you know, he have that power and he have that connection, whether it be spiritual connection, knowing that he's going to win the election, my friends, those of you who are locked on, whether you are opposition MP or not, right? You have to stand up. You are religious people. You are religious. You are pundits. You are priests. You are imams. You have to stand up for the truth and don't allow yourself to be muzzled and staying quiet because, you know, they will get rid of me, put me in the doghouse. Let me tell you something. There are people who are in the party and they're in the doghouse and they don't. That is the worst thing. Worst thing. A man who is there, right, thinking he's there
and
he's not there. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to conclude our program here today. But we are asking you, John Public outside there, tell us what is going on. What is going on in Valencia? What is going on in Arima? What is going on in Grandi? What is going on in Toko? What is going on in Komoto? What is going on in these areas? Are you all happy? Because we are not hearing anything.
A lot of flooding taking place in Diwali Nagar.
We will talk about that when we come back, right? We're going to talk about the traffic in the Diwali Nagar. We're going to talk about what could be done to assist. Because I tell you something, the Diwali Nagar is not only the Hindu community goes there. It is a national festival now. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that. And the government of the day, I remember in one of the Diwali Nagar program we had Stuart Young, and a couple of those ministers singing some real lyrics. I remember that. So we're going to talk about that. Sorry we didn't have the video, but we're going to talk about it when we come back. So again, my friends, call us and tell us, you know, what we could do, because I tell us, I mean, there are people who go there every single year. Right? Some go to make money. Some go for other reasons.
Some go to advertise their businesses.
All right. So again, people go for different reasons there. But I told you that this Diwali Nagar has really and truly moved on to something not so much religious, but again, it has become a national entity where Muslim, Christian, you go there, you see people, everybody go there. Vendors from different creed, race, color, they go there. It is not an Indian thing. It is not an African thing. It is not a Chinese thing. You look there, it is a multicultural, multi-religious program.
What you just said there, really and truly, I know we begin to agree with you.
Yeah.
Is that the Islamic community is way behind.
Yes, especially when and it is way behind.
Way behind.
Yeah, it is way behind. It is way behind because when you are a follower, and even so much so you are not a capable follower, and you want to take the realm, and you want to take the, you know, you wanted to take the role of leadership, knowing for a fact that you are a nobody. And you want to be a somebody. You know how you would know that you are a somebody? Is when somebody tell you you are a somebody. Because you as an individual, you are saying that all the time, that I am a somebody and you are not nobody. That is the reason why you want to take the leadership role and you are not a good follower. So when we come back, my friends, we're going to continue on this. We're going to close up our program here today. That is hard facts.
Yeah,
all right? A word from our sponsors. And again, my friends, call us 740-3347.
and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148.
Yeah, what Prem was saying is that he's extended an invitation from the Honorable MP for Shabonas West, Dinesh Rambali. He's hosting a Diwali program at the Warrenville
Recreation ground, yes.
And you all are invited.
It is this evening, yeah?
That is this evening. So those of you who have that time, you can visit and you can join with him in that celebration again. So
Yeah.
again, my friends, we are speaking about the Diwali Nagar, and we are talking about the traffic, that traffic. Right? Sometimes people from San Fernando would leave home 3:30. It is good for the vendors there because people will go there, get hungry, they will eat, and then again they will maybe take things for home. But my point here is that you and I, we have to understand this, that do not only be glamorous, put on your jackets and your nice pointed shoes and all your your relevant attire, right? And I tell you something, my friends, we have to be very, very mindful of the needs of the citizens of this country. A while ago, you all heard it. She said that garbage is piling up on the streets. I remember one Diwali, right? And I look forward to Diwali because I'm living in a community predominantly Hindus, approximately 15,000 Hindus that resides in my community. And I tell you something, this time is a very auspicious time. I grew up with the Hindu community here, and I know exactly what is taking place. And we have established ourselves as a Muslim community, and many of those non-Muslim came from the Hindu flock, and they are with us. They are with us via marriage and via acceptance of Islam.
And may I say in harmony, eh? In harmony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the point is that what we are saying here is that we are calling on the Mayor of Shabonas, the councillors for the area. Like normal, it is not reinvention of the wheel. Pass with a mic on Monday and notify the residents, okay, well, here what? We are going to pick up your garbage Tuesdays, Thursday, and maybe on Saturday. And you put out your garbage there, and we're going to take your garbage out on these 3 days. Why can't you do that? Why can't you notify the residents so that they're going to put it out? People are going to put it out, and Diwali day you drive in. People from other areas come to Felicity to view the lighting and all these things.
And a stink garbage truck passing.
Not a garbage truck, you're going to see a big heap of garbage.
Yeah, oh
some
God.
old fridge, all this, all that. And in the main road, that happened 1 year, and I was so much ashamed. And I tell you all something, this time around, we are going to pass with our cameras, and really and truly, we are going to show you hard facts. From next week, we're just letting you all know. We are going to go through Kolahal Road, and we're going to give the councillors of the area the benefit of the doubt. We're not going to criticize anybody. We're not going to criticize Faik. We're not going to criticize Gil. We're not going to criticize any councillor. But what we're going to do, my friends, is that we are going to notify you that we are going to come in your area, and we are going to take note of what needs to be rectified. We don't expect you to fix 100%.
but at least the low-lying fruits, try to repair. Things like pothole, that could be repaired. Things like monitoring via communique with the police, that could be done. Things like facilitating, a proper water supply, whether it be 3 days a week, notifying the resident, those things could be done. Street lighting could be corrected. These are the low-lying fruits, and we are going to identify, my dear friends, what is taking place. So again, those of you who are locked on, we want to thank you all very, very much for watching our program today. We have a little technical difficulties in our program via the network here, and we do apologize for cutting short, but again, we ask you to continue watching our program on Hardfacts. And we ask you to share information and send information to us so that we can be able to raise those issues on this program, Hardfacts.
Now, Imam, before we close, I know we have a glitch there, right? We off the air?
Off the air.
Okay.